Hi, I'm Micah, and I have 32 days to improve myself. It's October 29th, and I weighed in at 227 pounds. Today for breakfast, I had skirt steak with 4 poached eggs, seared in grass-fed beef tallow with some grass-fed butter. For lunch, I had another piece of skirt steak with grass-fed butter and grass-fed beef tallow. And then for dinner, I had another piece of skirt steak with grass-fed butter and grass-fed beef tallow. I had a nice walk today. I walked for about 50 minutes, I think, close to an hour. And it was nice and sunny, very breezy, felt good. There was nobody else out there. And so I really enjoyed my walk. I talked about how proud I was at resisting any cravings this past week while my wife was gone to New York. But today I ended up having probably the strongest of those cravings, although it still didn't overcome me. And that was because my wife asked me to go get her some Chex Mix and a Coca-Cola. She actually texted me a picture of the Chex Mix that she wanted. And I saw that, and as soon as she said Coca-Cola, I just pictured what it would taste like and that experience of drinking a cold Coke. And I think I was thirsty. This was after my walk. And I just thought, oh, that sounds so good. And so immediately I had that desire to have something like that. And as I drove to the store to go get it for her, I was a little not angry or really upset, but just kind of had this feeling like, why does she ask me to get that? Like, she knows that I've had problems all my life with eating carbs and sugar. She knows that I'm losing weight, and she knows what diet I'm on. Why does she have to ask me to go get this? But then I started thinking, well, what does it matter what she's doing? You can't rely on everybody else to keep you in line with your diet. If you're not able to do it, there's always going to be some obstacle in your way. Even if everyone around you supported you, you're going to go to the grocery store and see all the sugary snacks because you can't get to the stuff you're wanting to buy without seeing it. It is an unrealistic expectation for the whole world to conform around your diet and your addiction. And that's true for any addiction. You cannot control everyone else around you. And that's a good thing because your one responsibility is to learn self-control. There's a realization that I have of my own potential when I start thinking this way, a recognition of my own power, that I'm capable of so much more than I think. You do need to do what you can to avoid triggers, to avoid being in a situation that you're not ready for. So it takes time to build up your own will again. When you're living in any sort of addiction, you kind of give over your will to the addiction. It's like it makes the choices for you. So any craving that pops up, that craving kind of makes the decision. You don't feel like you can fight back against it. But over time, as you learn to fight back against it, you start to realize you do have your own will. And it is like a superpower to be able to choose. And you had it all along. You just gave it up because you were valuing something as more important. So I came across, as I was reading Epictetus today, a quote that I found powerful and kind of speaks to this idea. You have greatness of mind and nobility available for use for every one of the things that may happen to you, and know it not. Things proportionate to the faculty which you possess are brought before you, but you turn that faculty away at the very moment when you ought to keep it wide open and discerning. Render thanks to God that He has made you superior to all things that are not under your control. A couple of things I really like from this quote. The idea that you have this faculty, this ability to make good choices, no matter what obstacle you face, you can still keep your own moral center and do the right thing. This faculty is able to deal with any situation, any obstacle that comes against you. You can overcome it. And what he's talking about overcoming is you don't let some external thing decide what you do. You have this faculty to do what's right. And when something comes up against you, you turn away right at the moment when you could use that. You don't recognize that you have it. Every human being has this ability to overcome things, and they just don't recognize it. We can do the right thing even when it's hard, and we can grow that like a muscle. and we can learn how to use that faculty that we have, that free will that we have, to make choices even in situations that we used to find very difficult. It just takes practice and time and thought, but we can do it. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll make another video tomorrow.